Welcome back. For this section, we're looking at gathering information. And we generally don't have a lot of trouble getting a lot of pictures and ideas from the internet and lots of gardening magazines that we pore over. I have a few other ideas that we can do to maybe make it go just a little bit deeper. I do have an inner garden kind of a quest on our website, another course that you can take if you'd like to go a little deeper through an art process. But for the most part, at least going over what you think is a wonderful room. So there are going to be some features that really appeal to you, and it might be art on the walls or the texture of walls. There might be a fireplace, and there could be just the general use of space. How does the furniture feel, and what is the furniture, and how comfortable is it? I often say that it's really important to make sure your furniture is really comfortable. Otherwise, you're a lot less likely to go out there and sit on it. And I like people to put their personality into their projects, so it's got their character and influence on it. I remember going in someone's backyard who had decorated the back of their garage like an old-fashioned porch, and they had all kinds of memorabilia and signs and old milk churns and that sort of thing on this back porch, and it was very wonderful to see something so unusual. And they'd planted a lot of trees, so to get from the house to the garage, you were walking through a little bit of a forest, and it felt like an actual farm situation. So I really like when people really push it to a new level. So what you can also do is to think back to a time in your childhood when you were at maybe a relative's place. I always think of my grandmother's house, and every time we went there, she was always gardening or canning or cooking. And so for me, that feels like home when I have those lovely smells and experiences happening around. So for me, the garden is less like a decorative item as it is a place to experience the garden. So I would encourage you to write down the features of a wonderful room and just quickly make a list, and you might find yourself surprised about what comes up. Because even smells, the smells of peonies or irises, or like I was saying, of cooking, and start to write a few of those down. And for me, it might be the smell of peonies up close is really awesome for me. And herbs are another one that have a lot of fragrance, and you might have a desire to have cut flowers in the house, and you'll have a special garden outside that you can go and cut them up. And maybe that garden isn't front and center in your landscaping, so that even if you cut the flowers off, it doesn't really matter because they're coming inside into a vase. And I just really like to have a sense of what are the emotions that you have. So for me, the garden is definitely a place of comfort and snacking on fresh things right out of the garden. I really love that. And for connecting to birds, that might go onto my list. To my bird feeders. And there's going to be a lot of things that you will have that are quite different from mine. So it is important to make this sort of list and kind of have it top of mind, because I know that a lot of things can go missing along the trail when you're busy designing something, and later you might say, oh, I really wish I had done that because that was actually important to me. But when it doesn't get written down, it sometimes will get lost in the process. So go ahead and read through the notes in this section and try to make as many notes as you can, either sectioned into different rooms or just one big list, or write a story. I remember when, and you will find that you will gather a nice set of information that will go along with all those photographs that you have.